Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. In today's video, I'm gonna be reviewing and doing a wear test of the new Colourpop Pretty Fresh. Why is that hard for me to say? Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation. I'm gonna do a wear test for you guys. I'm gonna give you my first impressions and also wear it throughout the day. And we're also gonna see how this foundation lasts on oily skin. Please make sure you hit your notification button so you do not miss out on any of my videos. And if you're new here, hopefully by the end of this video, you wanna subscribe. That will make my day. And if you do end up liking this video or you find it helpful, make sure you please give it a thumbs up because it lets me know what kind of videos you guys like and what you wanna see. Okay, let's get right into this. This is the package that I got from Colourpop, their PR. I really appreciate that a lot of companies are now doing PR packages like this where they give you a shade range that they think you are instead of sending you literally however many shades they come out with full size, and it ends up going to waste. So they sent me 7 shades to see which one is mine. Sadly, a lot of them are too dark for me, but this one I feel like I can make work. My tan went away a little bit, so we're gonna work with it, but I really wanted to review this foundation for you guys. And also, I'm jumping the gun. For all I know, this could be my color. It just might not look like it in the package. So let's get some information on this foundation first. So it's called the Pretty Fresh foundation. This foundation retails for $16. It's kind of steep, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was at least gonna be like no more than 10, but maybe there's a reason. Maybe it's a great foundation. It doesn't say anything about the staying power, which probably means it's gonna differ depending on your skin type. This skin perfecting medium buildable coverage foundation creates a healthy skin-like finish. Get coverage and hydration with the same good for you ingredients like hyaluronic acid for your healthiest looking skin ever. The finish is natural. The net weight is 1 fluid ounce, which is normal. Formulated with fruit extracts to enhance the look of skin by instantly hydrating and diminishing the look of fine lines while delivering hydration over time. That's great because that means that if you're someone who has fine lines and wrinkles, or you're more on the mature side with your skin, this foundation is supposed to be great for that. It has hyaluronic acid, well known to attract 1,000 times its weight in water, and coconut water, known to support hydration and skin softness. Amazing. I'm gonna go for obviously a more full coverage look. It says for a light coverage look, which I'm not trying to go for, you wanna use a blending sponge. So if you use the sponge, you're gonna get the lightest coverage. If you use a flat kabuki, which is what I'm gonna be using, a face brush for fuller coverage, lightly dab and blend into the skin. So we're gonna do that. It says for a matte look, set it with no filter loose powder. We know that, any powder will do. For a dewy look, use the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Setting Mist. So I'm gonna be using this kabuki brush right here. So the color that I have is dark 155W. So it is gonna be slightly darker than my skin tone because I know my shade in the Colourpop foundation sticks, I believe is 145W. So hopefully it's not too dark, but like I said, we can work with it because, you know, actually, I think this might work. Obviously, depending on if it oxidizes. Let me get closer for you guys. Okay, so now that we are up close, I'm going to be applying the Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation. And I'm gonna apply how the normal amount I would apply any foundation. Obviously, you're gonna have to check out multiple reviews to figure out if you wanna use this foundation because everyone, you know, applies it and uses it differently or applies their foundation differently. So let's get into this. Ooh, okay. This has way more coverage than I thought it was gonna have. Wow, okay. Yeah, so, wow. Since it is darker than my normal shade, I am gonna blend it down my neck. This was my color 3 weeks ago. So this would be my perfect shade when I'm a little darker and I have a tan. So it's okay. And also I'm gonna brighten up with the concealer, so that will probably help at least make it look decent. If you can see the finish, it's really pretty. I was not expecting it to have this much coverage. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first impressions right now, I'm in love with it. I was expecting it to be more on the BB cream side. I was expecting it to be more of a foundation that doesn't set, but it actually sets. I'm touching my face right now and I expected it to be extremely transferable, and it's not. I love it, guys. I love it already. It feels so good and it feels really light. I thought because it was gonna be more of a light coverage foundation that I needed more, but you actually don't. A little goes a long way. I also like that it is buildable, but even though it's buildable, it still looks like skin. It looks very natural. Usually when you begin building on top of your foundation, especially if it's like more of a matte foundation, it does start, you know, to look more thick and more like foundation skin instead of actual natural flawless looking skin. And I can tell that it has really decent coverage, well, really good coverage, because I have a burn mark right here on my forehead. And I feel like now that's how I can tell if a foundation is full coverage or not, because if it can't cover this, then it's not good coverage. All right, as you can see, I do look a little bit like an Oompa Loompa because this isn't my color. So far, like I said, I'm obsessed with it. You can see I'm really excited. I really like it, minus it not being exactly the right shade. I am gonna try and fix the color with some concealer and try to see, look at even my concealer looks like it's lighter than it really is, but that's okay. We're gonna try to brighten it up and fix the tone, so at least when I apply the rest of my makeup, it looks good. So I'm just gonna apply some of this concealer to fix it. You guys can see how it looks. You see, it already looks a little better. And I'm going to finish the rest of my face, apply the rest of my makeup. Like I said, I'm not gonna bake. I'm actually not even gonna use powder. The only powder I'm gonna use is to like my contour, my blush, and my highlight, but I'm not going to set with any setting powder. Okay, so I have a full face, all done, makeup on. This is how it looks with the Pretty Fresh Colourpop foundation. I really like it. Actually, I love it right now. First impressions so far, I'm in love with it. I love how buildable it is. I love the finish. I love how it sets and it doesn't transfer bad. The makeup applied on it beautifully. So far, so good. You guys always know when I do a review, especially for a foundation, I always gotta do the flash photography test. So we're gonna go in the dark, take a picture with the flash on. I'm gonna be using my iPhone, and let's see how it looks under flash photography. All right, guys, so I took a picture using flash, and there's absolutely no flashback. And the weirdest thing is it actually looks like my foundation matches perfectly in the pictures. Now the ultimate test is wearing it throughout the day. Even though there aren't any claims on how long it lasts, we still just want to test it out and see how long it lasts, just in case. Hey guys, so I'm back, and I look busted. My face looks a mess. I am so greasy. Oh my gosh. So I've come to the conclusion that this foundation is still an amazing foundation. I still like it very much. But for me, I wouldn't really consider it a long wear foundation if you have really oily skin. Or you would definitely need to touch up throughout the day, which I did not, because I always want to show you guys how a product lasts on my skin without adding anything to it, without manipulating it, and just letting it do its thing on its own. And this is what it did. Of course, I'm going to show you how it looks touched up. I'm going to get some setting powder and touch it up for you guys, because it could possibly be one of those foundations that's savable if it is touched up, but on its own it looks icky. It looks more icky in person than it does on camera. It's just very greasy. I mean, like, yeah, it just, and I wasn't sweating or anything. It's not like I was exercising or doing anything crazy. I actually didn't even get to run my errands, so I was in the house, and this is 5 hours and 45 minutes, basically 6 hours of wear, which, I mean, it really isn't that bad. I've seen worse. I've definitely seen worse, but it is greasy. So you can see how it looks on my skin. So if you know that if you had dry skin, it would probably look amazing on you. So I'm going to get some setting powder. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Powder. Okay, all right, so that's actually a really good thing about this foundation. The touch up is amazing, and I think it's because since it is more of a fresh foundation that's not so thick, usually when I touch up, I feel like it looks disgusting still. It looks very thick and cakey, and right now, honestly, it doesn't look like that. It just looks like I just applied it, just touched up. So it actually doesn't look bad. Can you guys see? Not bad at all. So the oils are gonna seep through. Ooh, child, they're gonna come through. But you are going to have to touch up, or I'm sure if I would have baked or set my face, which I didn't, it would have lasted much longer. So if I were to rate this foundation from a 1 star to 5 stars, I would rate it a good solid, I give it a 4.5. This isn't just a rating based on the product as a whole. I'm also taking into consideration my skin type, because if you are someone with dry skin, you would probably rate this a 5 star. If you have dry skin, you need to go get this foundation ASAP. If you have combo, you are gonna love it as well. You are gonna wanna have to set. I don't think you're necessarily gonna have to bake, but you're definitely gonna at least have to take some powder and just do this and set it and maybe touch up a little bit throughout the day. And if you are someone like me, who is just straight up oily, no dryness at all, you're gonna wanna bake every time you use this foundation. Or not bake, but just set really well. Like you're gonna wanna go a little in with the powder. I give it a go. If you were questioning if you should purchase it or not, I think that you should. I think it's worth it. I really, really like it. All right, I'm gonna get out of here and wash this face off. I hope this video helped you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you wanna see any more reviews of any other products that are coming out, please comment below and let me know so I can hop on those and review them for you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces. It's my Ray Ray.